I switched to Brightspeed a week or two ago. This is a very dangerous internet service. They did not know how to turn off the wireless. They said this is impossible and there's no one to speak to. I previously had Spectrum and a wireless connection. So, first of all, they just install this thing on the wall without showing me what it looks like or showing you what it looks like. They just pop it up. And they don't care if you're going to put furniture there or anything. Not the biggest deal. But actually, I've got a signal, a tri-field meter. So we see right here. This tri-field meter. This reads frequency responses, standard weighted, magnet, electric, RF. So it detects the signals. Now, I'd say there really wasn't anything before I got Brightspeed. So they installed this on the wall, and it's connected to this router, which is actually plugged in to my computer here. It's plugged in, but there still was not a way to turn off the Wi-Fi. I disabled the Wi-Fi. I put my computer on airplane mode, but this is still sending signals nonstop, and it's very dangerous. So they install it right next to your main computer. So I would suggest having this installed in the basement, but they will not run the cables that far because they're lazy. So the guy that came here, he was pretty polite, but he did not understand that some people don't want Wi-Fi, they don't want wireless, and he just popped things up in the easiest way without. So anyways, here's where my computer seat is. And that is where they place the router. The cables are not long enough to install it far away. So I also have a nice piece of foil here. So now this is blurry, but this did not show any signal before getting Brightspeed. I used to have Spectrum. It did not do this. So I'm going to go over here. See over here, no, and I haven't touched a button. You see, it's not, there's not really a signal. Then I'm going to get closer to the router. The closer I get to this router, look at that. It's not down here. Well, it's because this is close to the router, but this down here, look at that. It's all the way. It's maxing out my meter. Look at that. And so I'm not going to press a button. I'm just going to walk away from the meter. And then I get over here. Look. Let's go closer to the meter again. Let's get closer to the meter. Look at that. And this is also on my wall. They did not tell me about that, but I'm willing to live with that. But not this. Actually, I think my back is like tingling being around this. So this is just set on standard mag. So let me try some of the other settings. There, I put it on, now I put it on the standard electric setting. Now, I know this is kind of blurry. So this is my computer, and then as I get closer to the router, there's some signal there. And actually, this goes up quite a bit. So this device on the wall has quite a high. Oh, this is an electric reading. So it's got dirty electricity coming out of this box. It is not safe. It's got dirty electricity. There's electrical pollution coming from this wall mount thing here. And then here's the router. A little bit there. But then I'm going to put it back on mag. So this is where I would sit my drinks. My hand would often be here. I'm very close to this to use my computer. Look at that. It's off the chart. It's filling up the meter and it's spiking. Look at this. And it's actually not from this device. It's from the router. Now, then I'm going to turn it to there. Now I'm putting it on weighted mag. So this is about where I would sit on weighted mag. So I'll do it on the up all the way. That's still dangerous there. Now I'm going to switch it to weighted electric. Now it's on weighted electric. So this isn't too bad here. So that's not too bad. Now I'm going to turn it to RF. Now it's on an RF setting. So I think that's radio frequency. This is even quite a bit further back. Look, this is where the seat would be. So as I go near this device, look at that. Look at that. This is a very dangerous device. And if you try to call their customer service, you might not get hold of anybody. I'm going to keep going back. I'm going to keep walking away. See how far I go before... It's still spiking all the way out here. I'm like 10 feet away. It's still spiking. So let me go into a different room behind a wall and see if that makes a difference. Okay. It looks like if I'm in a different room, then the signal is gone. So here's a dog. So right after this was installed, mice were attracted to that area. So it's definitely doing something. So no signal here behind this wall. Then I'm going to go back into the room where the meter is. As soon as I walk into the room, let's see how far I can go in this room. I'm going to walk all the way over here. Yeah, it's still spiking. So if I'm about 15-20 feet away, it's not as bad. But they won't install it that far away. They don't have cables long enough. I am like 10 feet away from the device now, and look at this. This is RF signal. Now, I'm going to put it back on. Okay, the electric's not as bad. So this is weighted mag. Just, so I haven't used this in a while, but okay. So once I get further away, it's not as bad. Now I'm going to switch it to standard electric. So, like, it's showing up. Let me see what this looks like going in the next room. So this is staying pretty similar. It's not really changing, so but as I get close, so that's what happens near the device. Now, oh, that was electric, so it's leaking electricity. Now here is standard mag. Look at that. It's off the chart. It's more than 900. It can't even read this. It's giving me an error. There's so much dirty signal on this device. Now, yeah, that's where I would sit. Okay, so if I'm like 10 feet away, but they won't install it 10 feet away, so now I'm going to see. Okay, so here's my signal. Now here's my piece of foil. Let's see if this does anything. You would have to situate it just right. So see my meter going. So the foil does appear to be having an effect. I'm just trying to get it in the shot here. Okay. So here's my meter. There's the router, which is the worst offender. So So if I put the foil, so it's not even blocking it all the way. So the foil is affecting something. Without the foil has to be right in front of it. That's actually just blocking the signal. Now, okay, if I put the foil right in front of, so I might try to wrap this. I might try to wrap this in foil. You can see this is not edited. This is not edited. This is not prepared. So I've had nothing but problems with Brightspeed. Their wired internet relies on a wireless connection, which is why it goes out. It's a scam. So God uses me to judge the world, and now Brightspeed, you are going to be judged as well. So I just need, if I had an extra person here, this would be easier. I'm trying to hold it while I record. And this camera weighs more than 2 pounds, so see, if I put the foil on it, so I would, yeah, I would suggest wrapping your router in tinfoil and put on your tinfoil hats.